The vast Pacific Ocean stretches out, a seemingly endless expanse of blue. It is a world of water, punctuated by islands like jewels. Here, in the heart of Polynesia, lies a special place. The Kingdom of Tonga is an archipelago of green islands and brilliant coral reefs. A nation shaped by the sea that surrounds it. The rhythm of the tides dictates the pace of life. The ocean has provided sustenance for generations. It has also served as a highway, connecting Tonga to its neighbors and the wider world. History here isn't just in books. It's carried in the songs of the people and the wind through coconut palms. To understand Tonga is to understand its unique position. It stands today as the only remaining indigenous monarchy in the Pacific. The history of the Tongan people is etched into the very fabric of the Pacific Ocean. Around 950 AD, a new era of leadership began. A powerful dynasty emerged known as the Tui Tonga. This marked the beginning of what we now call the Tui Tonga Empire. It was a time of great expansion and influence for the kingdom. The rulers were not just political leaders, they were seen as sacred figures possessing a divine connection that gave them immense spiritual authority. Their power radiated outwards from the heart of the kingdom on the island of Tongatapu. They established a complex system of social hierarchy and governance that would endure for centuries. The empire was a maritime dominion. Tongan navigators were masters of the sea. They used their knowledge of the stars, currents, wave patterns to traverse vast distances. In large, double-hulled canoes called kalia, they journeyed across the ocean. These voyages were not random wanderings. They were purposeful expeditions for trade, diplomacy, collection of tribute. The empire's reach was extraordinary, linking different island groups and fostering a shared cultural space. The arrival of European explorers in the 17th century marked a new chapter in Tonga's history. Willem Schouten, Jacob Lemaire were the first to make contact in 1616. A century and a half later, James Cook visited the islands on several occasions. He was so impressed by the warm reception and generosity of the Tongan people, he named the archipelago the Friendly Islands. This name has endured, reflecting a core aspect of Tongan culture. These early encounters were largely peaceful, moments of curiosity and exchange. Tongans were introduced to new technologies and goods. Traders, whalers, Christian missionaries arrived in the early 19th century. They brought a new faith and a different worldview. The conversion to Christianity was a pivotal moment in Tongan history. It was championed by a powerful chief from the Tui Kanokapolu line, Tofa Ahau. He saw the new religion as a way to unify the kingdom, fractured by civil war. By embracing Christianity, he gained missionary support, consolidated power over rival chiefs, and ended the conflicts. In 1845, Taufa Ahau was crowned King George Tupou Bawarn. He established a written code of laws, created a constitution in 1875, and set up a formal government, transforming Tonga into a constitutional monarchy while preserving Tongan custom. Section 4. A Treaty of Friendship, not Conquest. As the 19th century drew to a close, the great European powers were carving up the Pacific. The pressure on Tonga to align was immense. Britain, with significant naval power, was particularly influential. Under King George Tupou II, isolation was not an option. A strategic alliance was necessary to ward off less benevolent powers. The goal: secure British protection without surrendering sovereignty. A delicate balance that would define the future. On 18th May 1900, Tonga signed a treaty of friendship with Great Britain, becoming a British protected state, a crucial distinction. Tonga did not become a colony. The monarch remained head of state. The government managed domestic affairs. Britain handled foreign relations, guaranteeing protection from aggression. Internal autonomy and royal authority were preserved, unlike colonized neighbors where leaders were deposed and land expropriated. Tonga's constitution explicitly protected Tongan land from sale to foreigners. The royal family and noble titles continued. Daily life and culture remained firmly Tongan. A consul advised, but internal authority rested with king and parliament. This protection lasted 70 years, a time of stability and gradual change. Section 5. Independence and the Modern Monarchy. The mid-20th century was a period of global decolonization. Across Asia, Africa, and the Pacific, Tonga had maintained internal sovereignty. Under King Taufa Ahau Tupu IV, who ascended in 1965, the desire for full control grew. Negotiations to end the protectorate were amicable, a friendly 70-year arrangement, not a break from Britain. On 4th of June 1970, Tonga became fully independent. The 1900 treaty was dissolved. Tonga joined the Commonwealth, later the United Nations. National pride honored past foresight. The monarchy, the parliament, the constitution provided a stable foundation. The transition was seamless. Today, Tonga is a constitutional monarchy. The royal family is central to identity. The current monarch, King Tupo VI, symbolizes unity and continuity. The royal family presides over national ceremonies, state events, and are patrons of the arts and guardians of tradition. Recent democratic reforms gave more power to elected representatives, yet the monarchy remains revered. The king holds constitutional powers, assent to laws and key appointments. The royal family is prominent in business and diplomacy abroad. For Tongans, the royals embody the nation's history, a symbol of resilience that kept Tonga sovereign and proudly Tongan. Section 6. People of the Sea, Demographics and Culture. The Kingdom of Tonga is geographically small, but culturally rich. The nation consists of roughly 169 islands, about 36 inhabited. Islands scattered across roughly 700,000 square kilometers, south of Samoa and east of Fiji, but only about 750 square kilometers of land. Population just over 100,000, many on Tonga Tapu, where Nuku'alofa is located, a concentration with opportunities and challenges. People are overwhelmingly Polynesian, connected across the Polynesian Triangle. Society is remarkably homogeneous. There are very small populations of other ethnic groups, Europeans, Chinese, other Pacific Islanders, a tiny fraction overall. Ethnic unity fosters a strong national identity. Tongan is the main language. English is widely taught and used in government and business. Community and family are central, extending to grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. Respect for elders is paramount within a hierarchy of royals, 33 nobles, and commoners. Sharing and mutual obligation are deeply ingrained. Life revolves around family, the church, and the village. Faith is central. Sunday is a day of rest, and harmonious choirs fill the islands. Deep religiosity coexists with Anga Whaka Tonga. Traditional arts, tapa, ngatu, fine mat weaving, wood carving, and ceremonial dances endure with umu feasts at their heart. Section 7. A Kingdom Unbroken. Resilience in the Modern Age. In an age when empires rose and fell and flags were planted across the globe, this small nation held its ground. Not through military might, but through astute leadership, strategic diplomacy, and an unwavering cultural identity. Becoming a constitutional monarchy, engaging the world on its own terms, and signing a treaty of friendship were acts of foresight. These choices preserved its sovereignty, embodied by its unbroken royal line, a legacy that defines Tonga today. Facing climate change, economic vulnerability, and globalization, Tonga confronts challenges from a position of unique strength. Reverence for the monarchy and deep cultural roots provide stability. Decisions are made by Tongans, for Tongans. Autonomy empowers solutions blending modern innovation with traditional wisdom. The Tongan language thrives. Ceremonies of life, birth, marriage, death are observed with care. Noble titles and hierarchy coexist with a growing democracy, not frozen in time, but woven from past to present. The king's image, church hymns, and collective ngatu are living, breathing symbols, not relics. In conclusion, Tonga teaches that strength lies in spirit and history. From the Tui Tonga Empire to a modern sovereign state, it remains a kingdom unbroken, where the king reigns, culture thrives, and the story continues with respect for the past and hope for the future.